Guys, what's up? Mac. Today we're just going to talk tips, motorcycle tips that you not that tip. Tips you should do that I think, is convenient and kind of just, it's nothing crazy, nothing mind-blowing. I'll start out with number one.
Back in that bag again. Whoa, yeah. Hey.
Obviously, if you wear a helmet, technically I don't have to wear a helmet. Illinois has no helmet law, but I wear a helmet. So, number one, your lens gets dirty. What can you do? I went on Amazon. I'll leave a link. You get a 2-pack of these. They're little water. It's just water. Don't use glass cleaner. Just use water. Little mist. Cap it back up so it doesn't get pressed down and leak or whatever. And you get a 2-pack for like 2-pack for like, I don't know, it's like $6, $5. You spray your lens, and then you keep a microfiber towel, and that way you can wipe your lens. The reason why, don't use glass cleaner, don't use any type of chemicals. The best thing you can use is just water. I've got a Bell helmet. It's that's what they tell you to do. Just mist some water, and if you got a lot of bugs on your helmet and they're all crusted on there, soak the water and let it soak on there for like 5 minutes before you wipe it. That's a simple, easy tip. I'm headed out to get some food. I don't think I'm going to be showing that. So yeah, that's tip number one. Tip number two, we'll talk about it, but it is inside there. And this is in no particular order. It's just me, just randomly throwing out some tips you could do. Alright, so I pointed at a saddlebag and I said something else is in there, and it's another good tip. We'll call it tip number two. I think this is a very important one, actually. It's a rain jacket and rain pants. Everyone should have it. You should have it in your bike. You should have it in your saddlebag. It's not going to fit under your seat. Maybe they make a small one like that. I don't know for the Rebel. But I have mine. It's all compacted, and it's inside the saddlebag, and it always stays in there. It never comes out. Even if you know on the weather it shows 80 degrees sunny and you want to make room for something else, don't. Too bad. The raincoat, the rain pants, they stay in there all times. Because you know what? This old biker said this to me, and he ran a motorcycle shop. And I'll never forget what he said. I said I was in there, and I was telling him my brother needs to buy a rain jacket and all that, and I was telling him, I said he don't want to buy it because he says he doesn't ride when it rains, so why does he need it? And this old biker said, I'll never forget it, he said, nobody rides in the rain. Rain just happens. And I laughed, and I thought it was brilliant. I mean, because that's the truth. That's the fact. Rain just happens. I've seen it 85 degrees, sunny, hour by hour, and then next thing you know, I'm looking at a rain cloud I'm getting poured on. So it's just nice to have that. And you can get those cheap anywhere. Amazon, any motorcycle shop, they'll have that. So that's another tip number two. I say that should always stay in the saddlebag, along with the little spray bottle there. Oh jeez, there's a rookie move there, turn signal on the whole time. Sorry, I'm like focused and thinking of other stuff here. But since we're looking this way, you might have noticed, well, hey Mac, your brights are on too. You must leave all your lights on and your blinkers. No, this, don't do it. This is always on during the day, and I got that tip I can't take credit for that. That's from Quasi Motard on YouTube. If you don't watch his channel, you should. If you ever watch him, he's got like 20 bikes. They're all Hondas. He always has his brights on. If you watch one of his videos, you'll see it. It's always on. You know, and I know Quasi. You know, we've talked on the phone and all that. And before I knew what the brights thing was all about, I asked him. I said, why do you always have your brights on? I kind of had an idea, but he's like, so you're seen. It's that simple. It's so you're seen. We're already, you know, half these car cagers hate us. So, and half of them aren't paying attention. So you want to be seen, and it's not gonna blind them during the daytime. It's just so you can be seen, and that's what you want. On the Rebel, yes, it does have a daytime running headlight, but it's, you know, this is better. They're really gonna see that. And obviously, don't have your brights on at night when there's traffic. But this is just a daytime thing, always on, trying to be safe. Okay, so tip number 4 has a part A and a part B, and it involves tires and tire pressure. You should always, when you get on your bike, before you get on your bike, check your tires. Check, like, visually inspect them. Make sure there's no screw in there or whatever. Try to get into a habit of doing that every time. And then I would say, you know, you're gonna think I'm crazy for saying this. Oh look, the world's ugliest truck. I use that term loosely too, truck. So check the tire pressure at least maybe every other time you go out. And you could be like, oh, that's crazy, I'm not doing that. Well, why? It takes no effort. And I keep the little tire pressure gauge, and I use the old school ones, the one with the little stick that just pushes out. I have all those fancy digital ones and stuff, and they work okay, but some of them, they're not too accurate. Some of them, you know, you gotta replace the battery, and it just annoys the hell out of me. So I'm using the old school one, and I like that. So I keep the pressure gauge. I gotta get over. Yeah, get on me, see what happens. So I keep the little tire pressure gauge underneath the seat inside of this pouch, and what's inside that pouch is a portable, I'm going to show it right there or here or wherever I feel like putting it on the screen. That's a portable air pump, and you can get those on Amazon. I keep them in all my motorcycles, and they work very convenient. They're nice to have. They fit underneath the Honda Rebel seat, which is nice. And they all come with like a pouch to keep them in. So in that pouch, I will keep the tire pressure gauge, the tire pump, the air pressure pump, and then I'll also keep, you know, those here, I'll show you these here. The if you get a flat tire, those little rubber strips to fix your tire, I keep that little kit also under there. So that's ideal to have, especially if you're going on a long trip. You don't want to be stranded, you know, side of the road because you got a flat tire. You could take care of all of that right there on the side of the road. So that was like part A and part B. Part A was, you know, check your tire pressure before you go out. Make sure you're good. Make sure it's at the proper air pressure. Check your Honda Rebel or whatever bike you ride. Check the manual to see what they should be inflated to. The 5th tip, my 5th and final tip, is to get a phone mount. And it's nice to have a phone mount right here for navigation. That's key. Unless you got the new Rebel, you can kind of like play it through here, through your screen, or whatever bike you're on might already do that. You can do your GPS or whatever you want to do, your music. I use a Quadlock, and if you don't know about Quadlock, and I am not sponsored by Quadlock, I wish I was, but I absolutely love their products. I'm going to show you right here. This is the case, and you just pick your phone case, whatever, if it's an Android or iPhone, and it's all locks in from the back. So kind of like locks and turns. And this particular one that I have also charges the phone. I like that you got no wire. I've seen some guys, they got the USB-C cable hanging, because on this bike there is a USB-C underneath the seat. And when you buy the Quadlock, the wireless charging one, it comes with the cable. So you can conveniently, as you can see, I got it like run down, it's in underneath the tank and then through the seat. Real simple. It's nice to know that my phone is always charging. I don't ever have to worry about that. So if I want to go for a long ride and not worry about if my phone's gonna die or I don't know where the hell I'm at, I've always got GPS, I always got my phone, and just the fact that, what if I gotta make a call? An emergency call, God forbid. You don't want to be rolling around no battery. And guys that just keep it in their pocket, that's not good either, because let's say you feel your phone going off and you're constantly, you know, pulling over or checking your phone at the light. That's not good. You know, you should be focused here, you know, and if your phone does go off every so often, you can kind of just do a quick glance over. As long as you're not distracted, you know what I mean? Do not buy a RAM mount. Do not buy those Amazon cheap pieces of junk. They're garbage. And your phone's gonna fly off. And you're probably like, no, you're wrong, Mac. I've had mine for 2 years, whatever. It stays on just fine. Well, eventually it is gonna pop off, or you're gonna hit a pothole, or it's gonna go flying, or it's gonna lose its tension, the little spring tension, and it's just gonna fly off. This does not work like this. And this right here has a vibration dampener, which is sold separately, which I do highly suggest getting, because it is preventing this phone from getting internal damage. And what I mean by that is, yes, if you do not have a phone mount that doesn't have a vibration dampener, which I think which I think Quadlock's the only one that does that, your phone camera, the camera and the video eventually is not going to work. It's going to take a shit. So you're going to go take a photo one day and you're going to see a bunch of like lines through it or whatever. And I'm not making this up. I've actually had this argument with somebody who told me, you know, my phone's fine. I got a RAM mount, never had a problem with my phone camera. And then it was like karma, because literally a week later he texted me. He was like, dude, my camera messed up. I can't use it. I said, I told you. That's what happens. Google it. Yeah, you want to get the Quadlock. The case is sold separately. The wireless phone mount is sold separately. The vibration dampener is sold separately. Out the door, you're looking at with everything, I don't know, don't quote me, I think it was like 110 bucks. If you think that's a lot of money, I don't. Why not just get one phone? By the way, it's weatherproof too. Why not just get one good phone mount and be done with it? The one I have on the Navi is not the wireless charging one. It's actually, so they also make one that's not wireless charging and you can just clip it on. So you could go that route too, and I think that's only like 30-40 bucks. So if you don't want the wireless charging one, you can get the other one. I suggest getting this wireless charging one. That way you got no worries. Is my phone gonna die on me? Blah blah blah. You're good to go. So yeah, guys, that's it. 5 tips, 5 good safety tips, I guess you could say. So guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Do me a favor, hit subscribe. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Look, Mom, no hands. And that's it. That's the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.